A grand idea never begins by thinking about cost savings. It starts with a bang. Someone connects legs to it, and it grows. It scaffolds upon itself until it is a concept. That concept is taken to the public, where it's reshaped and refined. A product is an outcome, and a company is born upon that first sale. There is an abundance of energy, excitement, and chaos when products are sold at random. Sometimes, payroll is delayed as the company tries to find its footing. Turning the corner and achieving stability, sales become predictable. A new normal is created, and sales projections achieved. Growth slows to a manageable pace. The company becomes more efficient at building the product to keep its margins high. It must keep pace with growing financial expectations. Sales stagnate with minimal fluctuations. The only way to achieve target margins is to move forward with progressive cuts. Support services shrink first. Next, it is research and development. Finally, operations dwindle. At this stage, the original product has lost its relevancy. With the shift from innovation to efficiency, there are no new products to release. Subsequently, the company begins to die. This is the story of a normal company. The average lifespan has gone from 61 years to less than 18 years. Will your company be the next one? One sign of an established business can be judged by the size of its army of white-collar factory workers. These are the new corporate warriors. Many join an organization right after college. They randomly pick up a specific niche, depending on what the company needs at that given time, and quickly, they become specialists. Their work may begin as original, but soon, it transitions into a repeatable process. These checklists no longer take independent thought to accomplish. This process repetition is not knowledge work, but becomes working on an office factory line. When individuals can process map or create a checklist to what they do so that they could go on a carefree vacation, they are no longer a knowledge worker. Also, it would be in their best interest to ask if what they produce could be done by someone in a different country. Could it be automatically completed by a computer? When the answer is yes, a cheaper someone or something else will be doing the job soon. It would be wise to understand how they can create new value for the company. White-collar manufacturing is a micro-example of the present-day corporate world. On a macro scale, the term is called outsourcing, which was not formally recognized until the late 1980s. Companies routinely have other companies produce smaller products or services to supplement their main offering or product. Essentially, outsourcing is a business partnership model that has been in place since the beginning of business itself. In the 1990s, a shift started to take place where the non-core elements of the company were outsourced, sending this work to other companies at a cheaper cost. This helped maintain healthy margins. Early experiments, though, failed miserably in quality and missed expectations. However, the host counties developed their professional footing. Their quality increased while still maintaining significantly lower costs, which offset the natural transportation wastes. Eventually, outsourcing grew from products to process-based work. This triggered the movement of white-collar work. Home to numerous English-speaking people, India became the new home of the call center. As more businesses expanded to the Far East, the talent pool of software developers was recognized, hence displacing larger sections of a company's workforce into new countries that could perform at much cheaper levels. Outsourcing then moved into the region of knowledge work. Assisted by technological advances, the value of face-to-face communication was minimalized as the cost of service decreased. An early example is going to a local accountant in San Antonio. After meeting in person with the client, the accountant would then forward instructions to their counterparts in Bangalore, India. The outsourced team then would complete the tax filings and submit it to the client. The model has evolved to the point where there is no longer a need for the stateside-based accountant. The client directly interfaces with the India team. This is stretched beyond process-based work and into engineering in China, to customer service in the Philippines, to web design in Bulgaria. The main competitor to outsourcing is automation. Simplistically explained, this is a machine doing the work that a human once did. This is a significant phenomenon whose impact will be felt across the globe. As technology advanced, this began with the macro elements, such as automatically repeating formulas in Excel. The analysis and intelligence that took significant effort became the push of a button. The intent behind automation was opening the knowledge worker to new ideas and intellectual freedom, unchaining them from their desks and rote processes. Knowledge workers would be able to find new value for the organization. These automation shifts have run into two major obstacles, the first being Parkinson's law. If you remove a time commitment, the remaining work will expand into the time allotted. Their efficiency will drop. Second, this is a shift from the normal routine, one that will typically miss the formal change management process to help it be adopted. Automation follows the same trend in the past. It doesn't matter if you call it TQM, Lean, Six Sigma, or automation. They all represent cost-cutting and change. Each company understands that its strategy is simply prioritizing its backlog of automation work until the current business model starts to falter and new ideas are needed. When thinking of manufacturing in the United States, the initial thought is that most manufacturing has been outsourced. Most products are believed to be made in Mexico, China, or Vietnam. The shocking fact is that manufacturing has almost doubled in output since the 1980s. The discrepancy is that factory jobs have decreased by over 5 million in the United States since the 1980s. It is in the best interest of the company to build its product as close as possible to the consumer. Some companies outsource their manufacturing overseas. Others tried to become more efficient. The more successful companies invested in automation and robotics. The second half of automation is data, including the building of massive data libraries on behavioral patterns, interests, and insights. With this, data scientists have been able to apply probability models to help predict the future. This is not a new phenomenon. As far back as the early 19th century, Napoleon used mathematicians to try to simulate battles and calculate losses before they happened. The key difference today is that the treasure trove of data to aid in the predictive analysis is significantly greater. When sifting through data, statisticians can build formula experiments. This includes merging variables to predict outcomes. When statisticians perfect a prediction, this is turned into an automated process. Later, the automated process is set free to run constantly while the data scientists move on to their next experiment. These automated processes are designed to perform an analysis and make quantitative-based decisions based on their predictions. Algorithms include making loan and insurance policy decisions based on applicant variables, and doing this cuts out the human element. Furthermore, testing is ongoing with parole boards using algorithmic factors to determine predictive recidivism rates. In the future, the medical field will continue to be transformed. Human doctors will no longer perform patient diagnosis. Algorithms can be run in the background. Consequently, they will start to merge with other algorithms, multiplying into new algorithms. These will be the first signs of artificial intelligence. In many cases, artificial intelligence-designed algorithms cannot be understood by humans.